All right, I'm going to lay out the facts of why every time there's a major terror event, the main suspect is either governments or private contractors who stand to gain power and fortune and no-bid contracts out of the media-hyped event. And this is some bombshell information I'm going to be laying out because now even mainline media pundits are saying that they have evidence of the government cover-up and a false flag. And I'm going to get to that at the end of this video. But basically, this is the type of research I do. I'm just showing you just a thumbnail sketch of 18 years of research and why we know what we know. Clearly, these men are patsies. As I said day one, the patsies may have been involved in the actual bombing. A false flag can mean that they simply knew it was happening and allowed it to happen. But remember the FBI press conference where they said, do not look at any other photos, do not look at any other information. There's a good article that gives a basic history of this up on Infowars.com that links to the New York Times. Full extent of FBI role in Boston bombing will never be known. And then it goes over the New York Daily News, the New York Times, from the time. There's actual clippings of it where it came out the FBI cooked the bomb, trained the drivers, and let it go forward. And here is the CBS news piece from October 28th, 1993. By the way, we were the ones that got this footage a few years ago. We actually bought it from the National Archive that CBS has. So there it is. You might want to actually watch that late at night when that aired on October 28th, 93. So that's Dan Rather breaking it all down. Okay. Now, we told you over and over again that if they've done this type of event, New York Times reported last year, over 100 events, 98 of them were totally manufactured by the FBI. I'm going to, again, show you that in a moment. But we told you over and over again, I said, you watch, these patsies, it will turn out, were constantly being visited by the FBI and traveling to areas around Chechnya and have the classic cutout of a double agent. See, I've seen this on 7/7, 9/11, you name it, where the people are hired for drills and then set up. You can just look that up. That's even in Newsweek. But I said this a few days ago and was a conspiracy theorist, but now it's admitted as of last night and this morning. So, right again, and there's our video where we were pointing out on, what was that, Thursday night, over the day before this came out. It was clearly feds casing them and watching them and putting earpieces in and then reporting in when they came by. And they actually pretty much look at them. I mean, you can see they think they're part of a drill. Or were actually hired to carry it out and now figured out their handlers were actually national security operatives. By the way, again, there's 98 cases of this confirmed in the last 20 years. We're going to show you that in a moment. By the way, before I get to that, I told you this was going to happen. Gee, how do I know all this? They want to ban being able to have black powder, make everybody register what they have, and they're also going after regular gunpowder so you can't reload. And those bills are being introduced, and they're announcing new bills because of the guys having guns to try to take our guns. So there you go. That's from the office of Senator Frank R. Lautenberg and others. There's a bunch of articles. In the interest of time, I'll just move on. People said, how dare you say they're going to come after our guns, Alex? Don't bring that up. Well, now that has happened. And I've got about 100 windows here, so ads are opening up. So there you go. Terrorist plots hatched by the FBI, the New York Times. And then there's another one right down here. You see Infowars covering it, but you can see some of the other reports here. New York Times openly admits domestic terrorism plots run by the FBI. There's another headline, FBI foils its own terror plots. I'm a big conspiracy theory. Just type in FBI creates its own plots and you'll get hundreds of articles. It's all come out in court. This has come out in court. Judges have talked about this. Oh, but there's Obama already saying they're totally guilty. No judge, no jury, kind of like Dorner now. That's the new way they do it. And it was a big martial law exercise. So get our gunpowder, get our bullets, have a big martial law exercise against everyone. This is what is going on. And then, of course, the FBI needs to explain why it failed to monitor Boston bombing suspects despite a clear warning. They were monitoring them. They had their people all around them when they placed those bombs, including clear military contractors, and that's what we've tried to get everybody to point at. And Facebook blocks our articles on this. And the FBI said, look at nothing else but what we give you. I think the media shouldn't be so controlled and so ridiculous in their subservience to the system. You should go look into all this. And kudos to the Business Insider. They actually are pointing this out, so are some other publications. So there you go. Here is, again, just a few days ago before this happened, the president of Syria said, this is in Reuters, the West should stop backing al-Qaeda, and the president of Afghanistan said our government and NATO are staging the terror attacks as a pretext for control. That was also in Reuters. So I guess there's a lot of evil conspiracy theorists out there. Again, if you want to see that CBS piece, it's Rare TV News report about WTC bombing, FBI foreknowledge. And foreknowledge, they go on to admit, that's a whitewash headline, that they actually cooked the bomb, trained the driver, and then allowed it to go forward and gave them the detonators. So, yeah, real terrorist, and then absolutely facilitated and protected. Why? They tried to get the original Patriot Act passed then. Let's go on to this now. These are the photos they don't want you to see. Okay, and there's hundreds of them, but it's the contractors all over the place. And it is them right beforehand, right around the bomb, and then getting away from the bomb before it goes off. Just devastatingly important article on that front. And then there's our takeover of the press conference where they denied that there was a drill. So, clearly covering up there was a drill when witnesses said that there was a drill. Then we have the video and photos that there clearly was a drill. And again, we have the potential culprits and persons of interest identified as well as patsies. It's just incredible. The bomb went off right here. Here are the contractors that were basically commanding the police. We've got who we believe one of their other fallback patsies. They always have multiple groups to fall back on. That's all there. I mean, this is real journalism. This is real investigation. 7/7 mock terror drill. What relationship to real-time terror attacks? And there are many, many examples of this where you see drills being run of the exact same targets being attacked at the exact same time, and we see the same thing happening this time. And here I am reporting and playing the BBC clip where Peter Powers, the head of Visor Consultancy, the former head of Scotland Yard PR, goes, oh yes, we ran a drill of the exact same target being attacked at the exact same time at the exact same place. And we happen to know, by the way, that the people that supposedly detonated the bombs thought they were part of another drill. And here he is on ITN, Peter Power, saying exactly the same thing. So you can pull that up and watch that for yourself. But you can see it, he says even more on the BBC radio piece than he does on TV. Now, let's start here. Here is Glenn Beck coming out yesterday saying he gives the White House till Monday to basically admit that they, because he says he has sources, that they're covering up for the Saudis. And again, that's how it would work. You'd have rednecks you want to blame for it there. You'd have military you might want to blame there, like McVeigh. Because I've studied past events like Oklahoma City and others. They'll have like 5, 6 groups there. You'll have Saudis there. You'll have then this other group there. This is how it works. And it's just astounding that Beck, this has been picked up by the news, is saying he's going to expose Obama unless he comes clean about knowing that Saudis reportedly were involved in it. And I don't even know if he's correct about that. Here's Beck on Fox News before he left, saying the left will stage terror attacks and blame it on us. And he had their memos where they say it. But then he attacks yours truly for saying, look, this looks like a false flag, and we learned there had been a drill. So there you go. Bizarre behavior from Beck. Remember, they could also, if this guy lives, the younger brother, they'll just drug him up for the trial. They can give you amnesics and stuff where you'll say whatever they want. Then there is, of course, the LA Times demonizing me for saying Navy SEALs were there when clearly people dressed like SEALs are there commanding the police. I did not say there were flying monkeys, guilt by association, demonization program. And then you've got other articles admitting all the facts we raised, but then just saying, I'm a despicable person, so don't listen to it. And again, I'm just asking you to make your own decision on this. I mean, this is why I said we better look at false flag, because you have a history of this over and over again coming out in federal court, okay? And that's all I'm asking you to do, is to become aware of all the points that we've raised accurately over the years. I mean, here's the New York Times. Terror plots hatched by the FBI. Terror plots hatched by the FBI. Okay? And this fits the exact total MO of this program. And that's what I'm getting at. And that's what I'm trying to get people to become aware of. There's a beautiful universe out there. I wish our planet wasn't run by a bunch of crooks. I wish that our republic hadn't turned into a total police state. And I wish for my children's future and your children's future that we can face the facts. But this is all being done to take our liberties and turn Boston into a giant martial law drill facility. And this is all being done to basically turn all Americans into suspects. So I would suggest that everyone out there, research all the different facts that I laid out for you in detail and warn your friends and family, because I just showed you the tip of the iceberg. And the media is so compliant that they won't even look at all the other photos of a drill clearly going on because the FBI's ordering them to. All right, Alex Jones signing off for now. We'll be live on the radio 4 p.m. tomorrow, Central, Infowars.com, video streams at Infowars.com/listen, as well as audio streams. Please spread this video out to everybody. This is the information they do not want you to look at. Why is that?